You and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They start the second half with Kamara. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And Sermon is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stuff the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy expected him to pick up a first.
Oh, the sneak, it's Hurts. And I'm not sure he stopped him. They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Let's go now. Hot 70.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll drop to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 32 yards. And the Seahawks have come back to make it a 2-point game. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
And a little element there of chasing points, because that's the second time they've had a failed two-point conversion. Now they're down 2.
Yeah, you don't kick it the first time, and now you feel like you're in a position where you have to go for 2 in this spot. The chasing points, hard to catch up. That's why a lot of coaches make it a hard, fast rule. Don't go for 2 unless you absolutely have to.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
To the right side, this is Walker. A short gain here. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Come back in, coach.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn.
Second and 6. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the RPO, he completes it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. The late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
And After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Okay, break.
Pass on the jet sweep, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Here's Walker. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check it.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ready?
Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 4th quarter lead. On 3rd down and short, and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well. And
you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. They'll set up a throw. Looking for Lockett, and he's got him, working his way free across the middle. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, it's Walker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Palmer, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Kamara. 44 yards on the ground for him so far. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And this defense has broken it open as they return to the house for 6. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you get...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it.
And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was the defender got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for Philadelphia, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.